What's going on, RWT? This is Mike Larkin representing the Max Wrestling Podcast. The host of The Future is now an RWT and the current reigning and defending Knowledge Champion. Now, promo climax, we're all having a lot of fun with this. I took on De Niro. I took on Amir. A lot of fun with this promo climax. And now this week, I got Robert Davis. Now, Robert, I like you, man. I really do. You're a good friend of mine. You're my bud. We both like music. We both like wrestling. It's a winning combination for me. But Robert, here's the thing with you, man, and I'm going to give you a little ditty. It ain't about Jack and Diane. It's about Mike Larkin and Robert Davis. We're talking about this matchup and promo climax here. Robert, you want to talk about your evil eye and, just being all evil and all this and just whatever. You're going to talk about your eyes. You're going to give me your crazy eye. Ooh, I'm so scared. Robert, let me tell you something, man. In life, we are sinners. We all sin. We do. We all sin. We are sinners. There's two sides to everybody. And when I look at you, man, it's plain and simple. I look at you and I say, you know what? I spit on your eyes. I spit on evil. The devil has tried to come at me for 8 years, and every time I just did what you just saw there. I spit in its face. I'm spitting in your face, Robert. Why? Because you want to come at me with an evil eye? Want to give me crazy eyes? Ooh, booga. Robert. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to take your evil eye. I'm going to pluck it out. I'm going to put it in my mouth and I'm going to spit it right back at you, Robert. Robert Davis, in life, sometimes you got to play God. And Robert Davis, I'm going to cut you down. And that is music to my ears.
Didn't see you there. So here we are in promo climax week number 3. So you guys already know that I'm a multiple-time champion in RWT. I'm here, I'm there, I'm a little bit of everywhere. The most must-see in all of RWT. But what you guys didn't know is that I'm also the RWT statistician. So what it is that they actually call me? The Stat Man. So I've been working on a formula today as to why I am not only going to defeat my opponent this week, Mr. Larkin, I am also going to win the promo climax. So I've been crunching some numbers, doing a little long division, addition, subtraction, all that good stuff, and I've come up with this formula, the climax equation, if you will, as to why I'm not only going to win this week, next week, and the following week after that, month, match, whatever. It's all irrelevant at this point because I'm going to win it. And I want to take this opportunity to show you guys. So let's get started. So first off, we're going to take the number of victims Butcher has probably slayed over the years with his promos, and it's well over 9,000. I can tell you this much. On cold days in November when the wind hits the northeast direction, Butcher's words are just like poison and everybody dies in his path. But when Butcher actually speaks, I'd have a hard time paying attention. So we're going to take that number, we're going to divide it by 7,000, and it's going to get us to the actual number of promos that Mr. De Niro might win, which is 0. That may be different at the time you guys see this, but I highly doubt it. We're going to take the chance of Mr. Larkin actually defeating me this week, which is no chance in hell. We're going to add the appeal of one Mr. Amir Blackbane's actual promos and the fierceness that he wishes to proclaim in his promos here, which is also 0, because he's not intimidating, because the guy is constantly smiling and the promos are just not threatening. Sorry, buddy. We're going to take the best face in the business, Mr. Daniel Crimmins, and we're going to divide that by the actual confidence Mr. Kirkendall had in actually being victorious, seeing he hasn't won a promo yet and has failed to deliver on what he was actually going to do. So that brings us to a round number of 0. But there's not, it's not over yet. There's still hope. We've got quite a couple of weeks to go here. Now we're going to add in the ridiculousness of Mr. Burnham's promos, which, side note by the way, Mr. Burnham, I haven't watched any promos throughout this whole climax, really, because I just don't give a shit. But I've actually did watch 2, and they were both yours, and I found them very entertaining, so bravo, good sir. You still suck, though. I mean, I just want you to know that. So we're going to take all that ridiculousness, we're going to factor in everything else together. We're going to add in Monty Lin. I think she's a 10, but you know, you subtract about 7 and that will bring her to a 3.5, which will take that 0 and turn it into a -3, which is going to get us the results of the equation here as to why I am going to win the promo climax.